In this video, we're going to take a look at the Lewitt RAY microphone, and I'm currently recording with one. So this is my second one. And the reason I've got two is because I'm recording a lot of podcasts with two people, and I want one for me and one for the guest. So I figured whilst I'm unboxing it, I can actually show you what it sounds like and kind of give you my opinions on it as a microphone. Now, first of all, whilst I'm unboxing, I might as well show you what's in the box. Load of documentation. Take them out of the box, throw them on the floor. Comes with a nice little case for your mic. Oh, hello. Some stickers inside, you know. If you're not going to use that, give it to your kids. They can use it as a pencil case at school, which is probably what I'll do, to be honest, because these mics generally, they stay in the studio and don't ever go anywhere other than on the mic stand. So like I say, I'm recording currently with the Lewitt RAY, and one thing I love about the Lewitt RAY is that it instantly sounds good. It's straight out of the box, sounds good. There's very little processing that I need to do with it. Now, I don't record vocals in the sense of singing through it, but I use this mic for all my dialogue, any dialogue that I record, anything that's audiobook related, anything podcast related, anything like that. Any videos like this, I'll use that. I've been using this one for, best part of a couple of months now. Love it so much. Bought a second one. So it comes with your obvious, your pop filters and shields, two different types. Come on, out you come. There we go. So that one just goes straight over the front of the mic. And then you've obviously got your nice fluffy one. Comes with a really good cradle. Now this I was actually really impressed with when I started hooking my other one up. Really nice, solid cradle. It's a solid cradle. It really does do its job. Some that I've got, what did I have before? I think I had an SE cradle, and over time the springs that, like, you know, you got little kind of what would you call them, like the kind of elasticy strings that go around it. Over time they become less elasticated, and over a period of time it ends up just kind of falling all over the place. Whereas this one is genuinely solid, and it does feel really solid. The mic in itself, that's the mic, and it's a really simple small mic, but it's, I'm going to do this bit. Ooh, it's always satisfying, isn't it? Really good mic. Now, I first used one of these when I was on a podcast with the guys at Present Day Productions, and really enjoyed it. The one thing I had to get used to with it when I was on that podcast was this whole RAY thing, where basically what it is, the way it works in the most simplest of terms is it will measure you going forwards and backwards. So let's say, for instance, if I went over here, it will basically, the volume will go up. If I go closer, the volume goes down. Now, I don't have that on with my current mic that I have, and I probably won't put it on this. And the reason being is because, generally speaking, when I sit here and do these sorts of talks, I stay in the same position. I'm not moving backwards and forwards. So I don't have that issue. But one thing I did find when I was on this podcast was that I talk with my hands a lot. Like I say, you know, Studio A, Studio B, kind of, you know, the speakers behind me. I put my hands in front of the mic, and what kept happening there was that the mic thought my hands was my face, so it thought I was a lot closer or I was a lot further away. So it kept adjusting based on my hands, not necessarily where my face was. So that can be an issue. So I generally like the idea of it. And the idea of it's wicked if you're just sitting there kind of with your hands down and you're talking and you're moving around. It'll adjust for that. But I don't do that, and it becomes an issue when I'm using my hands to talk. So I generally have this off. But all in all, look, here's the thing with the Lewitt RAY. It sounds brilliant out the box, really, really good out the box. And that is it there. And look, construction wise, it is proper quality. It is really good quality. And I'll tell you one thing I do like. I love this, how it connects to the shock mount, because it's not a screw. Like some of them you screw into it, whereas that is a kind of, you slot it in, and then that's a tightening sort of mechanism which will just kind of squeeze down onto it to make it solid, and that works brilliantly. So yeah, I mean, look, would I recommend one for this sort of work where you're recording podcasts or audio books, or if you're just kind of generally recording anything dialogue related? 100%. There's a reason I bought one, and it was based off the fact that I had used one before, and I thought, this sounds incredible straight out the box. And very little processing that had to be applied to it afterwards. But then the good thing about it is I got another one because it's that good. So it's like, I can't go wrong with it, really, in all honesty. And you can hear in this, like I'm using the mic now. I'm talking to you now with it. And I'll tell you what I'll do is here in the video, I'll talk. This is me talking with the light amount of processing that I have applied to it. And then at this stage, what I'll do is talking from now, I'll talk with the all processing that I apply turned off. So you'll hear this is how it sounds straight out the box. And then this is how it sounds now with the processing that I apply in the post. And there's not a massive amount of difference. The surface noise that you will hear is more due to the room, not necessarily down to the mic, and that's just surface noise that I remove. There's no real EQ that I'm having to apply. It gets a really good, great sound straight out the box. That's what I'm loving about it, and that's why I bought another one. Because look, here's the thing: is if I'm recording podcasts with people, and we've both got the same mic and we both just sound great straight out the box, it saves me so much time in the editing process. If I'm using two different mics, I've got to process one slightly different to the other one, and that's what's great about these. You don't have to process them too much. It's just straight out the box, sounds great. So yeah, that's my little review on the Lewitt RAY. And I'm going to look into more of the mics that Lewitt do. I'm going to go visit them when I see them at Gearfest. I've seen them at Gearfest, but I've never really gone over, took too much of notice in the brand and the products, because I don't record much. This is as much recording as I ever really do. So I don't really use microphones too much, and I've got my mics that I like to use for all my sample packs that I record. So I don't have much of a need for more microphones, but I will be stopping by the guys at Lewitt when I go to Gearfest next month. I think that's on the 19th next month. I will be popping by, and more to just say hello and well done on creating a really good range of microphones. Really impressed with them, and everyone I speak to as well is really impressed with them. And the amount of people that I see who are shooting content like this for YouTube and social media, and they're using Lewitt mics. A lot of people are doing it. So yeah, I can see why, because they sound great. So yeah, that's my Lewitt RAY review.